All right, welcome everybody. My name is Talia. Start our movement class today. It's going to be 30 minutes of gentle yoga, then 30 minutes of. For today, we're going to need a block or a blanket or a towel. If you want to go back for now, let's go ahead and find ourselves in an easy pose, grounding down through the sits bones. Feel even and heavy through the hips. Feel free to softly close the eyes. We'll start to breathe to the body. With every inhale, feel the spine stack, and the exhale, softening, letting the shoulders relax. Starting to bring the gaze inward, breathing deeply into the belly, letting the crown tether to the sky. Noticing if the eyebrows are crunching, try to soften all the muscles along the eyes, cheeks, jaw. Continuing to breathe deeper down into the hips. With every exhale, let the shoulders drop. Feel the palms blossoming open. Starting to notice the breath. Observing each inhale that comes through the nostrils. Trying to lengthen each breath. The exhale, sinking heavy into the hips. Sinking into the seat. Relaxing the thighs. A couple more cycles. Begin to connect to the body, connect to the. Maybe setting your own intention for today's practice. Keeping it at the front of the mind. Take 3 big breaths together, emptying the lungs first. Then inhaling for 2, 1, exhaling. Inhaling for 3, 2, 1, releasing. One more for 4, 3, 2, 1, letting go. Feeling present in this moment and on the mat. On the exhale, we'll lower the left ear to the left shoulder. Feel a gentle stretch into the neck. Continuing to sit tall through the spine. Allowing the heart to shine forward. Big breaths into the belly. Feeling the head hang a little heavier. Inhale, returning to center. Exhale, opposite side, right ear to right shoulder. Gently hugging the belly into the spine. Feeling a stretch from the shoulders all the way up into the jaw and ear. Getting a little bit more expanded breath, more cycle. Inhale to return the chin to center. Exhale, chin to chest, letting the head hang heavy. Peel the shoulders back. Allow the elbows to drop, the palms to blossom open, finding a gentle stretch into the neck, the upper back. Inhale, big neck circles, lifting the chin up to the sky. Exhale as it rolls across the chest. Your own pace, your own breath. With every inhale, letting the chin reach up to the ceiling. Every exhale, letting the head hang heavy. One more cycle. Switching directions when you return to center. Inhaling up, stretching the sky. Exhaling down. Looking for a steady breath. Smooth and complete exhales. Pausing when you return to center. Hands can face down on the knees. Inhale, big hip circles across the front. Exhale along the back. Noticing if the tailbone is lifting and rising. To anchor it down into the mat. Feeling long through the spine. One more circle. Changing direction. Turn to center. Maybe noticing if the legs are rocking. Allowing them to anchor down. Breathing into the hips, the low back. Finding even pressure into the seat. Pausing when you return to center. Palms facing down on the knees. Inhale to scoop the heart open, lift the chin to the sky. Exhale, curl the spine, chin, chest, rounding the back to the wall behind you. As you inhale, press into the tailbone, lifting the chin up. On the exhale, feeling a stretch between the shoulder blades, anchoring into the seat. A couple more cycles at your own pace, allowing each vertebra to articulate, finding a little bit more space. Pass. One more big breath. Shining the heart. On the inhale, we'll return to center. Looping the shoulder blades down the back, all through the spine. Oh, reach for the sky, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, twist to one side. Staying here for a few breaths. Maybe bring the gaze behind you or flatten the back palm if that feels good. With every breath, let the ribs expand and separate. On the exhale, softening. About 2 more big breaths. I'll reach for the sky, stretch through the thumbs. Exhale, other side. Feeling heavy through the hips. Maybe bringing the gaze behind you. Feel the shoulders come together. Let the crown grow tall. With every exhale, sinking a little deeper. A couple more cycles. Finding that full breath into the lungs. Inhale, reach for the sky, stretch through the fingers. Exhale, lean to one side, side body stretch. Crawling the fingertips away from you. Spiraling the heart open. Every exhale, soften through the shoulders. Allow the bottom elbow to reach the ground. Feeling a stretch along the ribs, all the way from the hips to the fingertips. Exhale up, return to center, stretch to the sky. Exhale, other side. Crawling the bottom fingers away from you. Maybe letting the bottom elbow reach down for the ground. With every inhale, spiral the heart open. On the exhale, softening, stretching across the body. Feeling even pressure into both hips. One more big breath, breathing into the tightest spaces in the body. Inhale to return the hands to center. Exhale, cactus the elbows, let the shoulders come together. Inhaling up, stretch to the sky. Exhaling down. One more. Inhale, flare the fingers, heavy in the hips. Exhaling, shoulders are close. Inhale up, reach for the ceiling. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms. Exhale to one side. Trying to open up the palms and straighten out the elbows. Inhaling up. Exhaling out. Gently hugging the ribs towards the spine, feeling connected to the core. Inhale to center. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding the back to the wall behind you. Flaring the palms forward, breathing into the upper back. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, hands behind the head. Feel the shoulders together. Shine the heart open. Let the hands cradle the head. Breathing into the front body. Inhale, reach the sky. Stretch through the fingers. Exhaling to walk the hands forward, and we'll make our way to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Start to flare the fingers and flatten the palms into the mat. Untucking the toes, inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, angry cat back, chin to chest. Your own pace, your own breath. Adding any extra movement that feels good to you. Feel the palms heavy. Really pressing heavy into the limbs. Allow the elbow creases to loop forward, shoulders gliding down the back. Feel the feet anchoring down, allowing the shins to get close to the mat. A couple more cycles, finding a little bit more space with each pass. Maybe tucking and untucking from the hips first. On this exhale, we'll pause in our angry cat back, chin to chest, press into the hands and feet. Maybe lean back, feel a stretch into the back body. Inhale to neutral spine, returning. We'll bring the legs closer together, walk the hands a print forward, big hip circles on the inhale. Exhale as you sink the hips back. Doing whatever feels good to you in this motion. Feel the feet anchor down. Really squeeze the glutes as you inhale, not shying away from any tight space along the hips. Switching directions when you return to center. Adjusting as needed, inhaling across the front, exhaling along the back. Welcoming any pops and cracks in the body. feeling heavy through the feet. Pausing when you return to center, making our way back to tabletop. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, the left hand and the right leg forward. Double check the belly's tight, toes are pointing down. Exhale to come together, knee and elbow. Your own pace, your own breath. With every inhale, lengthen and reach. With every exhale, coming closer. If you're comfortable, you can exhale, bring the knee toward the forehead gently, embrace it towards the trunk. Feel the supporting limbs anchor down. And on this inhale, we'll pause and hold it while we're lengthening. Stay here or exhale, windmill it back to catch tiger's pose. Feel the shoulders come together, grow tall through the crown, and let that top leg reach up and back to the wall behind you. Press the ground away from you. Let the belly expand down. On the exhale, softly releasing, returning to tabletop, and then switching sides. Inhale, opposite limbs out. Double check the belly's tight, the top toes are pointing down. Exhale to come together, knee and elbow. Your own pace, your own breath. Feel the mat beneath the palm and your supporting shin. Trying to untuck those back toes. If you're comfortable, the knee can reach towards the forehead, finding a little bit more space in the trunk. On the inhale, we'll pause and hold it, lengthening, stay here, or exhale, windmill it back to catch tiger's pose. Feel the shoulders together, grow tall through the crown, and on the inhale, reach the top leg to the wall behind you. To counterbalance even pressure through all four limbs. One more big breath into the belly as you grow a little taller. On the exhale, softly releasing, returning, making our way back to tabletop. We'll tuck the toes, inhale to float the knees. Belly's tight, exhale to ground puppy pose, walking the hands out. The toes tucked, press into the feet. Palms are heavy, looking for a natural arch in the spine. More intense if you gaze to the top of the mat, down through the chin. Double checking the hips are stacked over the knee. A couple more cycles. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, down dog, sending the hips to the sky. Feel free to bend the knees, shake out the head and the hips. Feel the palms flattening. Feel fingers are forward. Elbow crease front. Hips reach up and back. Belly's tight. Eyes are charged. Inhale to float both heels. Stretch out the soles. Exhale as they return 2 more times. Through. Feeling. One more cycle. Belly's tight, hip reach up and back. On the inhale, high plank. Staying here for a quick breath. Quick scan of the body. Double check the heels are reaching to the wall behind you. The belly's tight. Exhale, knees to the ground, heart to the ground. Baby cobra. On the inhale, heavy hip. Exhale, down. We'll pause, laying on our stomach. Both hands come out to a T. Feel the shoulders anchor down. Inhale, the left foot towards the right arm or hand. Feel a stretch across the trunk. Inhale to return to center. Exhale, other side. Allow the shoulders to anchor down as you inhale up and reach. Inhale to return to center. Hands can start to frame the heart. We'll tuck the toes, send the hips to the sky for down dog. Inhale to bend the knees. Exhale to step forward, forward fold. We'll pause here, ragdolling, grabbing the elbows, maybe letting the head hang heavy. Feel free to softly bend the knee or rock side to side. Finding a gentle stretch through the back body. Exhale to release the arms, bend the knees, curl the spine as you rise, making our way to mountain pose. Shoulder blades back, last at the top. Our underneath. Pull the shoulders back, starting to squeeze, flex the belly. Reach the sky, interlace the fingers. Exhale, lean to one side, feeling heavy and up. Out, strong along the ribs. Exhale, cactus the elbows, small back bend, finding the exhale to fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale down, chair pose on the inhale, sweep the floor. Double checking, you can see the toes past the knee, gently bracing the belly to the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen forward. Exhale down, plant the palms. Inhale through your flow or just meet in down dog. Elbows hug the body in your chaturanga. Legs are working just as hard as the arms. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, bend the knee and stack the hips. Maybe do ankle circles. Squaring the shoulders. Legged dog on the inhale. Lizard's pose as you exhale, bringing the foot outside the hands. Staying on the toes. Feel the palms heavy. And as you inhale, we'll rock forward, lift the chin. Exhale, just shifting the weight back. Returning to neutral neck. Your own pace, your own breath. If you're comfortable, you can straighten the front knee on the exhale. But with every inhale, bring the gaze forward, shine the heart forward. Exhale to rock back. One more cycle. On this inhale, we'll pause at center. Exhale, release the back knee towards the ground. Stay here or inhale the right arm to the sky. Feel free to come into a bind or reach for the back foot. Spiraling the heart open, hugging the front thigh close towards the belly. Feeling a stretch into the hips, back. Exhale, palm returns on the inside of the hands, inside of the foot. We'll lift the back knee. Next, exhale, step forward for a low squat, our yogi squat. If this pose is challenging, you can find your block and wedge it underneath the hips for support. Most important, our heels are going to be flat and heavy. Take tension off the knee, off the ankles, off the spine. But otherwise, we'll just be here for a few breaths. Maybe bring the palms together at heart center. Feel the shoulders come down the back. Sitting tall through the spine, we'll rock side to side, still keeping the feet heavy and planted. Letting the knees reach out. Breathing into the hips. One more cycle. We'll plant the palms. Inhale through your flow, or you can always just meet in down dog. Feel free to find yourself in down dog or child's pose at any time. Inhale the left leg to the side. Exhale to bend the knee, back the hips open. Maybe do squaring the shoulders down, hugging the belly to the side. Three-legged dog on the inhale. Lizard's pose as you exhale, planting the foot outside the palms, staying on the back toes. With every inhale, we'll bring the gaze forward, sink the hips. On the exhale, leaning back. If you're comfortable, you can start to straighten the front knee gently. Not looking for a deep stretch in the hamstrings, just trying to floss into the hips, maybe just feeling a stretch into the back calf or cycle. On the inhale, we'll pause at center. Exhale to sink the back knee. You can stay here or inhale the left arm to the sky. Stay here still or come into a bind. Free to reach for the back foot. That feels good. Double check the shoulders are coming together. It's the ground away from your supporting palm to find a little more space. Hug the front thigh close to the belly. Breathe a little deeper into the inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale to plant the palm on the inside of the front foot. Rising the back knee. Inhale, step forward for our yogi squat. Sinking the hips. Bringing the hands at heart center. Double checking the heels are heavy and flat. On the inhale, we'll squeeze the knees and elbows together. Exhale to drive it out. If this is easy, you can create fist. Bring your fists together. Inhale to drive the knees out. As you exhale, squeeze it in. One more big breath. Pausing at center. Plant the palms. Inhale to rise the hips. Feet are wide. Feel free to rock side to side if that feels good. If you have a block, we'll find our block and bring it underneath the right palm. Bend the right knee. Inhale the left arm to the sky. Feel free to do this on the fingertips as well, preferably on a block. Exhale, top hand to ground, and we'll switch sides. Bend the left knee, right arm reaches for the ceiling. Feel the shoulders come together and let the crown lengthen outward, looking for a stretch outside the thigh and hip. Exhale, bringing both hands to the ground. We can remove our block, tick-tock the feet underneath us. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Softly bend the knees. Inhale, rise and reach. Sky, small back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen out. Exhale, down. Chair pose on the inhale, sweep. Making sure you keep the toes past the knee. Gently flexing the belly and drawing through the palms. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, down, plant the palms. Inhale through your flow, or just meet in down dog. Press through the heels. Feel the feet hug together. Want to strengthen through the inner thighs. Back. Inhale the right leg to the sky. Exhale, pigeon pose. Bring the right knee towards the right wrist. Flex the front ankle. Looking for as close to 90 degrees in the front ankle as possible. Point the back toe. Trying to gently roll the right hip back. Pull the left hip close like you're corkscrewing thighs into the mat. Feeling tall through the spine, and exhale. Just walk the hands forward. Feel a stretch into the glutes, the hips. If you do have a block, feel free to wedge your block underneath right hip for a little bit more support. Find that it's rising or the hips are offset. Otherwise, a couple more big breaths, maybe crawling the hands further forward, or even threading the left arm under the right for a shoulder stretch. Out 2 more cycles. Breathing into the hips, the low back. On the inhale, hands can start to frame the front knee. We'll tuck the back toes, send the right leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. To do ankle circles. Feel free to come in through a flow or just meet in down dog. When you're ready, out the left leg to the sky, bellies. Out left knee towards the left wrist. Flex the front ankle as close to 90 degrees as you can. Ground down heavy through the legs. Point the back toe. Gently roll the left hip back. Roll the right hip closed, like you're corkscrewing the thighs into the mat from the hips. On the exhale, just walking the hands forward, bowing down, going to wherever you can. Feel free to rest your forehead on a block or any other prop for more support as well. For a stretch into the glutes, the hips, maybe walking the hand further out or threading the right arm on. More cycles. On the inhale, hands can start to frame the front knee. Tuck the back toes, the left leg to the sky, 3-legged dog. Feel free to do ankle circles, hip circles. Feel free to come in through one last flow or just meet in down dog. Matching your movements with your breath. On the exhale, knees to ground, hero's pose, hero's pose. Knees to ground, hips to heels, hero's pose. We're just going to be here for a quick breath. Feel the shoulders. Hands are going to make their way onto the hips. Inhale, rise. Coming off of the feet. Go ahead and tuck the back toes. Maybe double check if that pinky toe can touch or get a little closer. Hands onto the low back. The shoulders and elbows together. Inhale to squeeze the glutes. Bridge the hips forward. Lining the heart up and open for camel. If you're comfortable, you can lift the chin. But double check the weight is in the feet. Pressure off the knee. Allow the belly to reach into chest. Inhale, return to center. Exhale, hips to heels. Feeling the weight in. To shift the weight back a little further. Feel a stretch into the soles. Reach the arms to the sky. Interlace the fingers. Exhale. Hands behind the head, chin to chest. Let the elbows come together. Finding a gentle stretch into the neck. Reach for the sky. Exhaling down. At this time, I invite you to come into any other pose or poses you feel like your body transition to our seat. This tension you want to shake out. Otherwise, we'll start to settle into our seat. If you tend to have like low back pain after sitting for a long time, you can sit on your blanket or your block, just wedging it underneath the hips so that the hips line up with the knees or just a little bit above the knees for more tension off the low back. Otherwise, Sinking into the seat, take your time to feel settled into the looking for a comfortable seated pose. And we'll move into our seated meditation. Softly close the eyes, bringing the gaze inward. Starting to breathe deep in the body. Maybe noticing if there are any changes in the body from the beginning of our practice. With every breath, feel tall through the spine. Allow the shoulders to loop down the back. Relax through the face. Let the elbows drop. Palms blossom open. Sink into the seat. Relaxing all the way down to the feet. Tune into the breath. Begin to observe the length of your inhales. Match it with the length of your exhale. Couple more cycles here. Your own pace. Breath inhaling. Maybe exploring a little deeper as you exhale the nose at length. Noticing if the eyebrows are furrowed, relax them. Clench the jaw. Continue to breathe. Matching your exhale. Length or in. And separate with start with our purification breaths. Haven't done this before. Palms are going to face up on the knees. Take the right hand, curl the first finger and middle finger in. The right thumb is going to cover the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril, full breath. At the top of your breath, close both nostrils, hold it. Release the right thumb. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. At the top of your breath, close both nostrils, hold it. Release the left pinky. Exhale, left side. That's one cycle. Do this a couple times. Your time into the breath. Right thumb covers the right nostril. At the top of the breath, close both nostrils and hold it. Release the right thumb. Exhale, right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. At the top of the breath, close it, hold it. Release the pink, left nostril. Cycling a couple more times. Your own pace, your own breath. While checking you're sitting tall through the spine. Relaxing through the face, sinking the seat. Hold sides. Allowing yourself as you exhale. Cycle going all the way there and back. Next few breaths. Once you've finished your last few breaths, you can face up on still softly to a regular pace of breath. Transition towards Kapalabhati, breath of fire. You haven't done face down. Your right hand can rest on the belly. It's an active exhale, passive inhale. Your active exhale is like flexing the abs in so the air can escape. We're going to do 20 to 30 breaths. Inhale through the nose. And on your exhale, beginning. After your 20th or 30th breath, exhale, hold it, empty lungs, hold it. Smooth inhale through the nose. Returning to a regular pace of breath, palms facing up. Being here for about 5. We'll cycle that through that 2 more times, beginning our second. Both palms facing down on the spine, tall. Inhale the nose, fill the lungs. Beginning your 20 to 30 breaths. After your 20th or 30th breath, exhale, hold it, empty lungs. Inhale through the nose. Returning to a regular pace of breath, both palms facing up on the knees. Beginning our last round, both palms are going to face down. Double check you're sitting tall through the spine. Big inhale through the nose, fill the lungs. Beginning your 20 to 30 breaths. At the end of your 20th or 30th breath, exhale, let empty lungs. Smooth inhale through the nose. Palms facing up on the knees, return to a regular pace of breath. Eyes are still closed. Maybe beginning to notice any lightness around the crown and face. Noticing if you can soften a little bit more across the body. Make our way to our ujjayi breaths. If you're unfamiliar with your ujjayi breath, it's contracting the back of the throat on the exhale, like you're fogging up a mirror, making an oceanic sound. Inhale through the nose, and on the exhale, creating that oceanic sound, your own pace, your own breath. Inhale to fill the lungs. Exhale, hear your breath. About 5 or 7 more at your own pace. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhale, smooth and control. Contracting the back of the throat, maintaining sealed lips, a tall spine. One more cycle as big as you can. Fill the lungs, inflate, inflate. Exhale, smooth and slow. Returning to a regular pace of breath. Allowing yourself stillness. Feeling the face soften. Body sink. Starting to feel present this moment and on the mat. Allowing your stillness for a couple more big breaths. eyes still closed, I invite you to find yourself in Shavasana. Feel free to stay in this easy seated pose. That feels good too. Slowly letting the hands assist the legs. Shaking out the legs gently as you scoot down the mat. Tucking the hips to the sky. Flattening the low back. Maybe bringing your feet a little further apart than usual. Moving into the new space we found today. Feel the shoulders come together, palms facing up outside the hips, softly tucking the chin in towards the chest, finding length in the big in through the nose. Exhale, open mouth. Relax the feet, ankles, calves. Soften the thighs and low back. Relax the palms, shoulders, neck, jaw. Soften the cheeks and forehead. Let the eyeballs sink into their sockets, the body melting to the mat. To bring us back to the body. Beginning to wiggle the fingers and toes. Softly circulate the ankles and wrist. Shaking the head side to side. Pulling the eyeballs on. Wiping the tongue across the teeth. When you're ready, inhale, reach for the wall behind you like you just woke up in bed, stretching across the body, and exhale to the right, coming into a fetal position. Feeling the comfort and protection this pose offers. Feeling a connection between your body, breath, and mat. Allow your left hand to assist you to an easy seated pose. Taking a moment to notice any changes in the body from the beginning and ending of our practice. Slowly float the hands to heart center, feeling the lightness between the fingers. Thank you for joining me today, this morning, for our practice. Taking the time to find balance and in your own life and in your. I'll see you next time. Namaste.